there guys, it's Arva here bringing you an F1 2013 ideas video about career mode specifically, as that's probably the main game mode I play a lot on this channel obviously, and the gameplay is just going to be a random race. But so yeah, getting into career mode, and obviously the Codemasters developers will be making the game right now, and they'll be looking for maybe ideas, and you know, the last big idea video we did was the F1 Ultimate Team. That went down really well. You know, Steve Hood actually saw it and replied to me, and it was really great. And you know, it'd be great if I'm going to try and send this again to some of the Codies, and hopefully get some replies off them, and hopefully they like the ideas in this video. And I want you guys to comment below on what you think of my ideas and possibly your own. So I think career mode needs to be a lot more immersive. In F1 2012, they went down the route of sort of like, you know, more professional style menu, and you know, they're trying to copy, you know, all the games, well, not copy, but trying to go in the same trend like, you know, FIFA does, and like, you know, nice like sleek menus. But looking back at it, I actually prefer, out of all three of the games they've made for F1, I prefer the F1 2010 style menus where you're in the paddock, you felt like the driver. You know, their slogan back then was "Be the driver," and I can understand why they drifted away in F1 2011, 2012, because they wanted to improve the multiplayer and other aspects of that. And you know, they're now getting into really sharing with the community with lots of Facebook posts of people's content on F1. But you know, I want them to come back and concentrate on F1 career mode, because you know, on F1 2010 I was hooked to that thing. I played 14 seasons in total, all full, all really fun. You know, I did that whole 7 season twice over. But F1 2012, you know, I haven't played that much career mode really. I haven't finished a whole 5 season stint yet. Partly because I'm doing a series on YouTube obviously, but also because I don't think I'd want to do a 5 season stint on this game, because it's just not interactive enough for me. So these are a few pointers that I wanted to list out. I want to try and make this video as short as I can, because I don't want to go on for too long. So I want, you know, the whole kind of paddock style to be back. That paddock style was really great in F1 2010. If you remember, you went into your little, you know, what is it called, motorhome, and you could see the PR woman, and she was talking to you. That was really cool, and you know, she would tell you about stuff when you entered the game, and that was really, really cool. I want to see, you know, kind of more interaction with the real world. In F1 2010, they promised that, and I thought I probably you know, thought of it too much, because it ended up just being sort of kind of like you said one thing in an interview, and that was just quoted in a newspaper article. But I want to see proper interaction, maybe, you know, seeing the relationships with teams on the grid. In F1 2010, you could look at all the teams on the grid through the PR person, and you could see if they knew you, if they really were looking at you. You know, you had the circle that was half full for like interested, or you know, completely full, really happy with you, or you know, really full for another team looking to sign you maybe, or something like that. And you know, like say if you're like in Ferrari and you've criticized Red Bull in an interview maybe after the race, then your relationship will go down. It'll be like unlikely to get a contract next season from them, or you know, something like that. And you know, also inter-team relationships, I'd really love to see maybe something like a team chemistry sort of thing. You know, kind of like within the team you have a relationship, like, you know, meter with the team and your teammates. So like, just like the circle idea with F1 2010. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go back to F1 2010 or check out some gameplay of career mode, and you can see when you go to the contracts, they have a circle that's sort of half full, stuff like that. So you can have that for team chemistry. Like, you know, like what's your team chemistry like? Have you obeyed team orders? Have you, you know, done a good job? Have you brought the car home? You know, if you crash too much, then the team chemistry will go down. If you DNF'd or got like getting one disqualification will put the team chemistry down really badly, because your relationship with the team is you know, on rocks, and your relationship with teammates, because obviously in the wake of Vettel and Webber stuff that happened in Malaysia, it's a really interesting thing to see a relationship between teammates, and that'd be great to see. Maybe in the, you know, interviews you can kind of, you know, cuss your teammate, and sort of, you know, like the interviewee asks, you know, so you know, what was going on with with your teammate this race, and or maybe just a simple question: do you like your teammate? How are things going with your teammate? And you can have 5 different options. Yeah, things are going well. Things aren't going well. I need to improve a lot. He needs to improve a lot. He needs to watch his back. You know, I think interviews need to come back. I mean, not as much as F1 2010. F1 2010, there were interviews after every single session, which is a bit too much. Maybe one interview before qualifying, one interview after qualifying, and then one interview after the race. And I think that would be good. You know, after the race, it could either be, instead of like in F1 2010 they usually talk to you in the paddock, maybe actually like create like a virtual pen, so it looks like people are around you and it just looks like you're the driver. And you know, instead of kind of just looking at one person. Maybe have it like the real F1 is. You know, you kind of have your PR woman right next to you. That sort of, you know, has the tape recorder up to your face and your POV. So from your eyes, you're looking at the PR woman on the left, and in front of you the interviewee, and then on the right the cameraman pointing the camera at you. You have to answer the questions. If you're, you know, if you're on the podium, maybe with the new style they've done in Formula One, maybe you could get a podium interview on the actual podium. Like you could, you know, maybe not every like different sort of people that interview like they do in real time. Maybe just like one person like David Croft or Martin Brundle coming out to interview you on the podium, and you know you could have the ability to kind of look out a tiny bit onto the track and see fans on the track. I mean, that's a really hard thing to do, and I grant you it's going to be difficult. But you know, I wouldn't actually mind if they delayed the game by like, I don't know, probably the most I'd be okay with is like a month to, you know, put all this stuff in, because it would be so cool. It would make me feel like the driver, and it would just be a whole lot better. You know, actual world interactions. You know, I want to be able to say something in an interview, and not just the stupid like newspaper article to say something. You know, I want some repercussions. Maybe if I, you know, say Vettel was too aggressive in that race, you know, if something happened, you know, then the next race, if I'm next to Vettel on track, maybe he's a bit more edgy towards me. Maybe, you know, say if Fernando Alonso passes him in front of me, I think, oh, I can do the same. But Vettel puts up much more of a fight up against me. So, sort of more AI intelligence. Also, a big thing would be the start of the career mode. This is a big thing. You know, I'd rather Codemasters put this in than all the kind of like extra graphics stuff that I just talked about, looking out onto the track and stuff. This is really, I think, a really nice idea. I'm going to FIFA for an example. In FIFA 09 and 10, you could sign sponsorships for your team to get backings. So you can do, like, what if you could do that in F1? Say if you're starting the career mode, so you do a 5-lap race on the hardest difficulty, legendary AI, or you know, the toughest AI difficulty, and you know, you can put whatever assists you want, but you know, the hardest difficulty it's locked on, so we can, you know, the game can really see your, you know, potential and your skill level. And then you have like a grid of 12 or 10 cars, all blacked out, all just black cars with like a Pirelli sticker on it, like the Pirelli test car is, like that you see Martin Brundle driving sometimes on Sky Sports when he does some, you know, features, you know, the just the black Pirelli car with the Pirelli sticker on the sides. And you know, you have a 5-lap race with these 10 cars, and depending on where you get on the, you know, at the end of the race, that will determine how much sponsorship so you can get. So like you could get you know, just make up some sponsorships. You can get a sponsorship from Vapor, you know, 5 million, or you know, I don't know, like Enix, and that's like 15 million, or like, I don't know, some random energy drinks company, and you can get like 50 million backing. And then because of that, that will help you get drives on the grid. So like, again, like they have right now, you have a 5-team option, but maybe, let's say if you get like, you know, the 15 million sponsorship, that'll open up 6 teams, and if you get like 20 million, that'll open up 7 teams, and that's the max. So like, you could potentially, the highest team you could get with is maybe like a Force India or a Sauber, because you brought a lot of backing with them. But potentially also, if you go to a smaller team but with that big backing, maybe we could see those cars improving more. So like, instead of going to Force India because of your backing, you go to Caterham with your backing, but because of that big backing, but it's a small team, you can really see a big improvement really fast with the Caterhams. I also want to see upgrades coming up a bit more often. Like right now I do my F1 Road to Glory series where I'm in Marussia trying to win the World Championship. I want to see some more like major upgrades, like, you know, a major brake improvement, major aerodynamic package that will see me gain like 2/10, you know, over a qualifying lap maybe, or something, or you know, see me, you know, jump ahead of like Jean-Eric Vergne struggling in a Toro Rosso in qualifying or something like that. It'd be really cool to see more progression within the career mode. Also, Here onto something that lots of people want, the warm-up laps. And also, I want to see a celebratory lap, you know, say if you win, or come in the, like a cut-off. So if you get on the podium, you can have a celebratory lap. So you are allowed to weave around the track, and you know your driver guy, you know, waves to the crowd, and then maybe you could have like an option, you know, like how you choose what tires you want or brake bias, that sort of menu setup. When you're on the celebratory lap, you can have 5 options you can flick through to, you know, like phrases you can say to your team radio. So the team radio thing will come up, and you could be like, you know, you could scroll down to the last one that, you know, like a Vettel style, yes, come on, get in there, or just, you know, Kimmy style, thank you guys, you know, great job, something like that. You know, it'd be really cool. And finally, helmet customization. We say this every time, and you have, you know, I need to thank Codemasters. You have tried your best, and you put some more helmets in for this year's game, but maybe proper helmet customization. Maybe not a lot. Maybe like, you know, you can choose one color for the base color for the helmet, and then what you can do is you can have a few sponsor stickers. So maybe like, you know, a Codemasters sponsor sticker, or, you know, the kind of RaceNet sticker, you know, just little things that you could customize. Or maybe like a Black Ops 2 style customization where they just give us generic shapes, so the more artistic among us could make shapes and, you know, make sponsors out of the shapes, or make cool designs like Vettel. You know, some of his helmets are freaking awesome because, you know, he goes through and designs it with some people, and, you know, it'd be really cool if you could design your own kind of logo or whatever you want on the top of your helmet to see while you're driving, and it could make it proper unique. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Comment below as well if you agreed with some of my points, if you like them. Comment below your own points. But really, for me, career mode, I just want to feel like the driver a lot more, and I would really, you know, rather have a 1-month delay for them to get stuff like that in to make me feel like the driver, make career mode more immersive, because F1 2010, that career mode was so damn immersive. But F1 2012, you know, I know they're trying to be nice and professional, slick, like, you know, all the games you see now, but I think F1 2010 had a very, very, very unique menu style, and that's what won it over for me in career mode terms. You know, now people are getting bored of career mode within 1 season, and, you know, in F1 2010 I didn't get bored for 14 seasons. I mean, that is mind-numbingly, you know, like, wow. Like, if you thought about doing that in F1 2012, I don't think anyone could do that in F1 2012, but F1 2010 it was possible because it was just so freaking interesting, and everything was just like, I don't know, all new. I guess because it was a new game, you know, it was new to the market. First F1 game, good F1 game on new gen consoles. But I think they need something like that, you know, bam, you know, kind of like reinventing stuff again. And obviously the new console is going to come out, so maybe they save that for the new consoles. But I'd still like to see a bit of improvement on F1 2013 for the career mode. But, you know, hey, it makes more sense to maybe save it for F1 2014. But I'm sure whatever you guys do at Cody's, you know, they'll try their best, and, you know, they have been doing a fantastic job for the past 3 years. So I just want to say, you know, thanks for all that stuff, and you know, they've been listening to the community a lot more lately, and that's really great. You know, putting Facebook posts out and stuff like that. So it's really great. So guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Again, give it a like if you did, comment below, subscribe if you're new, and we'll see you guys next time. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. And also, if you have Twitter, help me tweet this out to Steve Hood, Andy Gray, or Luke Spring, or just the Formula 1 game account, and we can try and get a reply from them or a response on this video. That'll be pretty epic. So guys, hope you enjoyed the rest of your day. I'm Marava, and we'll see you guys next time.